This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. The Pan American Health Organization giving a COVID-19 epidemiological update for the region of the Americas. Globally, approximately 10.9 million new COVID-19 cases were reported from March 20th to March 26th, the 13.6% compared to the previous week. This decrease, in cases was observed across all 6 World Health Organization regions. Despite this, global deaths increased by 29%, but partly due to the addition of backlogged deaths in Chile. In the region of the Americas, COVID-19 cases have been declining consistently for the past 10 weeks, with 619,321 COVID-19 hospitalizations increased, all in the Caribbean and Atlantic Ocean subregion. Attorney General Ryan Pinder giving reporters a brief update on the government's position on Russian sanctions. Earlier this month, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs released a statement detailing that the measures by the group of financial services regulators of the Bahamas direct all financial institutions to review dealings with Russian and Belarusian entities on the prescribed schedule and report back to the Attorney General. The financial regulators have advised all financial institutions not to engage in dealings with Russian entities, Belarusians, and Belarusian entities who are subject to international sanctions. AG Pinder noted that after reports were sent back to his office on the 21st of March from the regulators, there is very little sanctioned relationships in the Bahamas. He noted that it was less than 5 and a very small amount of liquid assets, totaling to about $7.5 million. Now, Minister of State for Legal Affairs Jomo Campbell mentioned in Parliament that the Bahamas has identified $1.6 billion in assets in its financial systems linked to Russian entities. When asked if the Bahamian government is considering going further with their sanctions, such as with the ports or international airports, AG Pinder said they are not at this time. Police have launched an investigation into a double shooting incident that occurred in the Fox Hill area last evening. Now, while there were speculations that an officer was involved in this incident, Superintendent Audley Peters shot down those rumors while giving reporters an update.
There's no such thing where an officer was involved in any shooting. However, what occurred last night sometime after 7 is police was alerted to shot spotters in the community of Ambassador Street, and when the officers arrived on location, they were informed that 2 persons were shot about their bodies and were transported to the hospital via private vehicle. Another unit went to the hospital and confirmed that was the case. The persons are presently at the hospital. Their conditions are considered as serious, and this matter is under investigation.
Superintendent Peters says the details of this double shooting are not all clear at this time. However, he notes that the victims are in their early 30s and both were residents of the Ambassador Street community. Now, as there have been a number of shooting incidents that have resulted in homicides here in the country in recent weeks, allegedly gang-related, Superintendent Peters says with this incident there is a thought that this is being considered, that it's gang-related, but not confirmed at this moment. That said, Superintendent Peters says in the wake of the recent spike in offenses against the person and the proliferation of firearms within the community, police deemed it appropriate to augment their crime-fighting initiative by adding Operation Ceasefire.
And that started on Monday past, which would have yielded some positive results where we added additional officers and saturated a specific community when targeted persons and groups. And thus far, we've arrested about 6 persons for armed robbery and possession of unlawful firearms in 3 separate incidents. One stemming out of Wilson Track, one incident in the Calpin Road area, and the other incident, I think it was in the Grove community. And so the saturation of officers in these communities, targeting specific groups, targeting individuals, netting us results in getting the guns off the street.
Superintendent Peters adds that community partners and capable guardians are assisting police in this fight against crime.
As we would have stated earlier, we're going to win because the police and the community partnering together, we're going to put a dent and making sure that we do our part to get this criminal element under control and the persons responsible for perpetrating these crimes before the court in a timely fashion.
Police say those individuals arrested over the past 2 days are expected to be arraigned before the magistrate's court following a thorough investigation. That said, the Royal Bahamas Police Force continues to address issues of crime by adjusting its strategies as the need arises. In the wake of the recent spike in offenses against the person and the proliferation of firearms within the communities, police say they deemed it appropriate to augment their crime-fighting initiative by adding Operation Ceasefire. The intent of this strategy is to use a targeted approach at various individuals and groups who are conducting criminal activities within communities that have been identified by means of saturated patrols. Police say with the support of community partners and capable guardians, this initiative is already yielding results, including the arrest of an adult male on Monday after he was allegedly found in possession of dangerous drugs, an unlicensed firearm, and ammunition. His arrest follows police acting on information and executing search warrants on a number of residents in the Wilson Track and Yellow Elder area. Also on Monday, acting on information, a team of officers responded to a complaint of attempted armed robbery. While in pursuit on Cowpen Road, the officers observed a vehicle fitting the description that was given. The vehicle, which had 3 male occupants, was stopped. A field search was conducted, and during the search, an unlicensed firearm was recovered. The suspects were all arrested for possession of an unlicensed firearm and attempted armed robbery. Then on Wednesday, in the Sunlight Cottage area, police observed the occupant of a vehicle who aroused their suspicion. The vehicle was stopped, a search was conducted, and officers recovered an unlicensed firearm. The male was arrested. Police say these individuals are expected to be arraigned before the magistrate's court following a thorough investigation. And FTX Digital Markets, the global cryptocurrency mega corporation that moved its headquarters to our capital late last year, is making news yet again as they announce yet another act of philanthropy. The crypto giant has pledged some $120,000 to sponsor the National Carifta team to ensure attendance of the upcoming Carifta Games in Jamaica this April. FTX's Vice President Valdez Russell explains why this move was such an important one for the company.
We recognize that there are vexing challenges facing our country. And we also recognize that there is a wealth of talent, both academically, scholastically, and athletically, that exist within the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And so these recognitions make it easy for us to contribute to the kinds of causes that provide a national forum and a global showcase of what I often describe as Bahamian excellence. And so in this instance of the first, we selected our future to participate on the global stage to showcase what Bahamian excellence looks like.
Also taking to the podium, Youth, Sports and Culture Minister Mario Bowleg, who took the time to acknowledge just how important it is for the Bahamas to attend this event.
Our young athletes are at the critical stage in their careers. They are at the point where their attention and focus is on the event that will yield success. The Carifta Championships provides an opportunity for our athletes to showcase their talents and compete with some of the best within the region. The Bahamas was once represented in all of the sporting disciplines when the games were multi-sports: boxing, track and field, swimming, and yes, even chess and cycling. This proves how talented our children are, how smart they are, and how disciplined they are. Despite the 2-year hiatus because of COVID-19, I'm confident that our athletes are ready. The Bahamas is the defending champions in swimming. Our swimmers will definitely make a splash and will successfully defend their title and return with a title as expected. These achievements by our athletes will not go unnoticed. And I am pleased to know that companies such as FTX has taken up the baton and partnered with the Bahamas to ensure that these teams make this trip possible.
Now, out of the 120,000, 20,000 will be allocated to supplement both agencies responsible for coordinating the national team, and 100,000 will be used to fill remaining voids, including travel and other team expenses. Well, that does it for news this evening. Once again, I'm Leah Cooper, and from all of us here at JCN News, have a wonderful evening, everyone.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.